What's good, y'all? It's your boy SRMK, and today we're going to be reacting to some the different types of substitute teachers. So, just react to something new. This is like my third video reacting to it, like after videos. But let's get into it.
What if I told you that you could spend a day away from these deceitful, lousy, and treacherous beings, also known as teachers, and have someone replace them for a day? Now, depending on how your usual teacher behaves, you might be happier than Patrick Beverly in the playing tournament, or you may be thrown into a state of depression because you've been blessed with teachers who actually have some morality. But the question is, would you flip that coin and take a risk on possibly getting someone worse than before? The choice is yours. So today, we'll be taking a look at the different types of substitute teachers and a lot of their tendencies. Comment down below your experiences with substitute teachers, whether you like them, hate them, tell me your stories, whatever, but y'all know what to do. And like and subscribe if you're new. First, we gotta talk about the old substitutes. They say you're supposed to respect your elders, but that definitely was not the fucking case when it came to these teachers, bro. I don't even know how they're still approved to teach and aren't defaulted to a retirement home or something. Like, bro, you have 8 missed calls from the Grim Reaper, but every old substitute I've come across doesn't know what the fuck is going on. They're more clueless than Timmy's dad. These niggas are literal fossils incarnate, but they never read the teacher's plans and just decide to wing everything. They completely disregard what the teacher had planned for us and decide to write whatever they want on the whiteboard. Don't even get me started on them trying to read attendance. It takes them 20 minutes to put their glasses on, and our names get butchered more than a prime rib. They always talking about, sorry if I mess up your names, but correct me if I'm wrong, knowing they're about to recite the most unintelligible, obscure, and confusing gibberish known to man. And something else that also befuddled me was that they were able to pronounce the longest and most outlandish names, but would struggle with the niggas with the default names. Is Bartholomew Francisco Vladimir Finkelweed here? But then 5 seconds later we'll say this. Is Jamo Jakeson here? There's no fucking way you just utter that Harry Potter spell with no issue, but when you come across a normal name, you break down like a 2000s MacBook. They also didn't know how to operate technology, and accessing a YouTube video was like rocket.
Wait, did she actually guess that right?
Knowing their get side to clueless and tip calls from the know how they're disregard what the teacher had planned for us and decide to write whatever they want on the whiteboard. Don't even get me started on them trying to read attendance. It takes them 20 minutes to put their glasses on, and our names get butchered more than a prime rib. They always talking about, sorry if I mess up your names, but correct me if I'm wrong, knowing they're about to recite the most unintelligible, obscure, and confusing gibberish known to man. And something else that also befuddled me was that they were able to pronounce the longest and most outlandish names, but would struggle with the niggas with the default names. Is Bartholomew Francisco Vladimir Finkelweed here? But then 5 seconds later we'll say this. Is Jamo Jakeson here? There's no fucking way you just utter that Harry Potter spell with no issue, but when you come across a normal name, you break down like a 2000s MacBook. They also didn't know how to operate technology, and accessing a YouTube video was like rocket science to them. And God forbid they had to operate a projector, because at that point you might as well go home. Is there anyone in here that's tech savvy? And I swear they always want to tell their fucking life story. Like, bro, I don't want to hear how y'all...
Exactly, bro. I just want to go home.
Old ass was babysitting Yoda in 23 BC. But of course, there's the bizarre kids that are actually interested in what these antique niggas are talking about. Overall, 4 out of 10. Now we gotta talk about the strict substitutes. Now, in all my years, I never thought that someone would dethrone my teachers for being the most unethical beings to ever roam this planet. But today, that title gets crowned in every strict substitute I've ever had. You can usually spot these subs from a mile away because their attire usually looks something like this, and their arms are always crossed looking like a villager in this bitch. But they always come in the room on some bullshit, talking about, I've been teaching for 22 years, so don't try anything. My nigga, I don't care if you've been teaching since Pope Francis has been born. I'm not taking you serious. They also don't allow anybody to do anything. Even something as small as switching seats to sleep with your friends. I swear, every time we try to switch seats when there's a sub, Rebecca wants to make her presence known and say, we have assigned seats. Now, I don't believe in putting my hands on women, but at that moment, I wanted to spear her through the smartboard. And when we try to tell these brain-burning niggas that our teacher doesn't care, they say, I don't care how your teacher does things. I'm the one in charge. My nigga, who do you think you are? They really be trying to rewrite the rules, bro. And they're always watching you more than Bill Cipher, talking about, you should be working on something. There's no way you were this committed to this job, bro. Like, you would have thought these niggas were getting paid like Jeff Bezos the way they were moving. They don't let you sleep or be on your phone. Something else they usually say that grinds my gears is, does your teacher let you do that? They also love spamming words like combo moves in Mortal Kombat. Overall, negative 6,893,260.
Oh my God. I didn't do anything with teacher. With substitute here, I get it.
Having a chill substitute is like a breath of fresh air. They don't care about what anybody does and doesn't force you to do your work. You can use your phone, sleep, or listen to music, do whatever. They don't care. And they don't spend the first 30 minutes of class trying to explain what our teacher wants us to do. They literally come into class, introduce themselves, and then sit on their phone for the rest of class. They don't care if you finish all the work. They let you pass regardless. And sometimes they would even put on a movie or something. You could probably start rolling up in the middle of class and they wouldn't bat an eye. You can usually recognize this variant of teacher if they have their feet propped up on the desk. And even if something ends up getting out of hand, they don't leave a note or go get the principal. They can usually calm down the class by just telling us to chill out. I got so much appreciation for these kinds of teachers, bro. And a lot of times they'll sit and chop it up with us in class. Or they'll be slumped at their desk like they drink a Cardi B potion. We need more people like this in the world for real. The ones who treat you like a friend and not a student. Overall, 12 out of 10. Now we gotta talk about the substitutes who are always stressed out. Now I get it. Being a substitute is not an easy task, especially when it's to a class that you don't know. At the end of the day, it's not life or death. I vividly remember one of my teachers that got it knocked up and we had to sub to replace her. When I tell you this is the most stressed, anxious, and jittery nigga ever, like he would've gave Piglet a run for his money. He looked like a mouse in a lion pack. And since these menaces we went to school with could smell fear, they didn't take him seriously. And they started doing whatever they wanted to. He was quiet as hell too, so nobody was really listening to him. He tried to get the class to calm down, but he ultimately couldn't handle it and quit after like a week. So now he's like a myth that we tell other niggas like Aesop's fables. But these teachers just try to do too much. They need to pop a perk and take a nap. It's like the moment something doesn't go their way, they want to erase themselves from existence. These niggas are ticking time bombs for meltdowns. They put more pressure on themselves than a bodybuilder squatting 400 pounds. But they're not necessarily bad by any means. Overall, 6 out of 10. Now we gotta talk about the attractive substitutes. Now if you see my videos about the type of people I went to school with, you already know that most of the girls at the school gave me the heebie-jeebies. It's like they had on permanent Halloween costumes. Every time they looked at me, that scream from Flapjack played in the background. But anyway, that was the same case for the teachers as well. But on those few occasions we would get a substitute that wasn't physically impossible to look at, it was one for the history books. I remember in middle school we had this fine ass substitute, bro. I'm talking Miss Parker from Friday. She had no business substituting for this bummy ass school. But anyways, me and my niggas was really in the cut, putting on our best act like we weren't minors and had no shot. But that day I never paid more attention in class a day in my life. And we was also asking for extra help knowing damn well we didn't need it.
Bro, I haven't paid so much attention in my life in classes, acting well. Bro, when you have that one sub, then you have to. They don't know how you act. They don't know how you be. So only your teacher, your main teacher, because the teacher knows how you already act. But when it's a sub, you don't show them how you really act. You gotta be respectful so they can, so they can tell you, you can do this.
So can you explain to me how 2 + 2 = 4? We was in that bitch acting like Patrick Star. Is mayonnaise an instrument? I remember somebody asked her for her number in class in it too, but I guess she didn't believe in EDP's philosophy, so she treated bro like Johnny Bravo. She had my niggas singing breakup songs like Tyrese, but overall, 10 out of 10. Now we gotta talk about the substitutes who are the pushovers. I honestly feel bad for these teachers. These teachers are usually a mix of the dumb ones and the stressed ones. You can tell these niggas whatever and they'll believe it. Like they really be letting the students run the classroom. We be capping to these teachers heavy, talking about, yeah, we did this worksheet yesterday. She must have.
Bro, it's always female teachers too. But when it's female teachers, it's like they communicate with the girls more. They communicate with the girls more, except for the boys. Like, bro, that would begin to me and my homies. I'd be like, oh my.
Printed it again by mistake. There would be so many people lining it out of class too. I remember once we had this kid told the teacher that he had an appointment with the counselor, and the teacher believed him and let him go. We literally spent the entire class period capping to this nigga, and he believes every word we say like we're Pinocchio. Yeah, she usually lets us go home after 20 minutes. Really, that's not what I was told. Yeah, she just implemented this rule a couple days ago, so she must have forgot to tell you. Oh, okay, well have a good rest of your day. Congratulations, you've just been finessed. I genuinely believe that Cosmo wouldn't even fall for this shit, bro. And they be getting bullied like a Disney Channel nerd. They literally would be getting pressed by a bunch of 12-year-olds. Now, me personally, I would have taken that shit. But due to the amount of finesse we put off on these niggas, I'm gonna give them.
Bro, if like all of the classes had like a substitute, ooh, it's time to confuse the heck out of them. It's
overall 8 out of 10. Now we gotta talk about the substitutes who always snitch. Now I'm gonna be honest, if you're a grown-ass adult snitching,
writing my name down, that's what happened today. Bro, I asked to go to the bathroom. Bro, I couldn't, but she let the girl go. Bro, I lost my mind. Bro, when I tell you, when I tell you, I just snapped. Well, not snapped, but like when I had like to get this moment, like I did that. Like I was like, bro, are you serious? She let the girl go. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, bro, it's always that. Then when I just go, like I had to use it bad, so I just went. I was in science. I just went. So she wrote my name down.
These by far are probably the worst archetype of these teachers, bro. But they're always leaving a note talking about how we're the worst class they've ever subbed for, knowing damn well that we were on our best behavior. These niggas was really framing us like Roger Rabbit. And what's even crazier is that the teacher would believe this kooky nonsense. Now the next day we gotta sit through a fucking lecture from the teacher talking about, in my 25 years of teaching, I've never been left with a negative note from a sub. But one thing about me is that when the teacher's yelling at us, I'm always on the verge of laughing. It becomes even harder when my homies looking at me from across the room like this. We try to explain that we literally weren't doing anything, but these foolish ass niggas won't listen to anybody but themselves. They also love sending people to the principal's office too. Another thing that these tattletale teachers have a fetish for is going to get other teachers or the principal to come to the classroom. These niggas calling back up like they're Tony Stark or something. Now we got the whole fucking staff yelling at us. And what's crazy is that most of the time they wouldn't even give us a warning or anything. They would just stay quiet and write a note the whole time. They was really praying on my downfall at those secrets. Overall, negative 2,495,193 out of 10. But I think that's going to cover everything for this video. Make sure you comment down below your experience with substitute teachers and let me know what you want to see next. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for all the love y'all been showing, man. It never goes unappreciated.
But yeah, that was that video. Teachers be tripping, but I'll catch y'all though. Peace.